Bow drill. 4 pieces of wood. A spindle, a fireboard, a bow, and a handhold. No matches, no lighter, just friction and patience. You press the spindle against the fireboard, loop the bowstring around it, and start moving the bow back and forth. The spindle spins fast, creates friction, and that friction burns the wood dust underneath. That dark powder collects in a small notch you carved in the fireboard. It starts to glow. That glowing pile is called an ember, and that ember is your fire. You transfer it into a bundle of dry grass, fold it gently like a small nest, and blow softly. Not hard, softly, until it ignites. The bow drill works because it multiplies your effort. Your arm moves the bow spins the spindle grinds the wood. Mechanical leverage turned into heat. The first time you get an ember from this, it feels like actual magic. Biggest mistakes? Wet wood. Uneven pressure. Stopping too soon. When it's working, smoke rises fast. Keep going until that ember fully forms. This is the most reliable primitive fire method on the planet. And once you learn it, you'll never look at 4 pieces of wood the same way again. Hey, if this content is helping you, smash that subscribe button and help us hit 1,000 subscribers. Seriously, it takes 2 seconds and it means the world. Drop a like too. And tell us in the comments, where are you watching from? City and country. Hand drill. The bow drill's older, harder, more stubborn cousin. Same concept. Friction between a spindle and a fireboard. But no bow, no mechanical help. Just your 2 hands spinning a long spindle directly between your palms while pressing down at the same time. It sounds simple. It is not simple. Your hands naturally drift upward as you spin. Every few seconds you have to reposition them at the top without losing speed or pressure. Do it wrong and the ember disappears before it ever forms. Wood choice is everything here. Soft, dry fireboard, mullein, cattail stalk, elder. The spindle needs to be straight, smooth, and bone dry. Any moisture and you're just burning energy with nothing to show for it. When it works, it's one of the most satisfying things a human can do with bare hands. No tools, no shortcuts, just you, 2 sticks, and physics. Indigenous peoples across North America, Africa, and Australia mastered this for thousands of years. Better wood selection, better technique. That's the whole secret. Fire plow. Forget spinning. This one is all about pushing. You take a flat piece of softwood, carve a groove down the middle, then drag a hardwood stick back and forth through that groove. Fast, hard, and with real downward pressure. Friction builds. Wood dust accumulates at the end of the groove. And if your wood is dry and your pace is consistent, that dust pile starts to glow. The fire plow rewards aggression. Unlike the bow drill where technique rules, this one responds to raw physical energy. Push harder, move faster. Don't stop until you see smoke turning into a real glow. Most people quit right before the ember fully forms. And that's exactly the mistake that costs them their fire. The groove needs to be straight and clean. The pressure needs to stay consistent throughout the entire stroke. Let up for even a second and the heat dissipates faster than it built up. Best wood combination? Hibiscus stalk on coconut palm base. Widely used across Polynesia for generations. If you're ever stranded on a tropical island, statistically unlikely but never say never, this is your method. Flint and steel. This is where primitive fire starts feeling almost civilized. You take a sharp edge of flint or chert and strike it at a steep angle against high carbon steel. The impact shaves off tiny steel fragments that oxidize and burn hot. Those are your sparks. You aim them onto charcloth, blackened fabric that catches a spark and holds a slow burn. It smolders. You transfer it to a tinder bundle. You blow. Fire. The trick is angle and speed. Too slow and sparks die before reaching the tinder. Too straight and you're just hitting rocks together for fun. This was the standard fire method in Europe for centuries. Before matches, before lighters, the spark it produces burns above 800 degrees Celsius. That's not a suggestion. That's serious, controlled heat in the palm of your hand. Fire from ice. Yes, fire from ice. This is not a riddle. It actually works. You take a large, clear piece of ice and shape it into a lens. Hold it in warm hands until the surface melts slightly into a convex form. Then use it exactly like a magnifying glass. Angle it toward the sun and focus the beam to the tightest point possible on your tinder. The concentrated sunlight generates enough heat to ignite dry grass or char material. The requirements are strict. Clear ice, bright sun, dry tinder. Cloudy ice won't work. Overcast sky won't work. But in an Arctic scenario, where ice is everywhere and matches are gone, this method saves lives. Someone once made fire using a lens carved from frozen urine. Desperate times. It worked. Physics doesn't judge. Pump drill. This one looks like something from an ancient workshop. Because it basically is. A spindle runs through a horizontal crossbar, with a cord attached to both ends and looped around the top of the spindle. You push the crossbar down, the cord unwinds and spins the spindle at high speed against the fireboard below. The bar bounces back up from momentum. You pump again. Down, up. Continuous friction, alternating direction, steady heat building underneath. This method was used widely by Native American tribes for both drilling and firemaking. Same device, two purposes. Dual-use tools were survival gold. What makes the pump drill stand out is endurance. You can maintain friction far longer than with a hand drill, with less fatigue. Your arms recover on every upstroke. That matters when you're already cold, hungry, and running low on energy. It takes longer to build than a bow drill, but once made, it becomes a repeatable, durable tool that holds up over days of use in the field. Fire piston. This one looks like a magic trick the first time you see it. A small hollow cylinder, wood, bone, or bamboo, and a tight-fitting plunger with a tiny notch at the tip. You place a small piece of char material or dry fungus into that notch, insert the plunger, and slam it down fast and hard in one single motion. That rapid compression heats the trapped air inside the cylinder to over 250 degrees Celsius in a fraction of a second. The char material ignites from the heat alone. No spark, no friction, just compressed air doing the work. You pull the plunger out quickly, and if everything went right, your char is glowing. This is the same principle that makes a diesel engine work. Compress air fast enough and it gets hot enough to ignite fuel. The people of Southeast Asia and the Pacific Islands figured this out centuries before the combustion engine existed. Small, fast, and brutally efficient. Possibly the most underrated primitive fire method that exists. Solar lens with water. The sun is free. It's powerful. And if you focus it correctly, it will light your fire without a single tool. A clear plastic bag, a condom, a curved bottle, anything that holds water and forms a convex shape. You fill it, shape it tight, hold it between the sun and your tinder, and find the focal point where the beam shrinks to its smallest, hottest spot. That point can exceed 500 degrees on dark, dry tinder. Charred cloth or dark powdered bark catches fastest. Light or shiny materials just reflect the beam and waste it. Distance matters. Too close, the beam spreads. Too far, same result. You need that exact sweet spot. Small, bright, intensely focused, clear midday sun in summer. Fire in under 60 seconds with good tinder. No physical effort, no muscle memory required. Just geometry and sunlight doing exactly what they've always done. If this content made a difference for you, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, drop a like, and leave a comment below. I want to know, which method surprised you the most and which one would you actually try first? We read every single comment. Your support really helps the channel grow. See you in the next video.